Hey everybody, what you see in front of you at the moment is a Sega Game Gear console, one of the retro consoles from the 90s. A selection of games for the Master System and also the Sega Game Gear itself. One of the things I wanted to do was take my game collection with me all in one go on one single cartridge rather than having to keep swapping cartridges in and out. And the answer to that little problem was one of these. And it's the Everdrive GG, the Everdrive Game Gear. So you can see it's just a selection of chips. You got the headers on the bottom then for connecting up to your Game Gear, and on the top we've got an SD card slot which takes a 2 GB SD card. And on the back, very little. It just tells you the firmware version, when it's manufactured, the website crix.com, which is obviously where it's developed. And basically you need to just take that, put any ROMs you have for the games that you already own onto the SD card, and put the SD card inside the Everdrive, and the Everdrive inside a dummy cartridge. So in this instance, got a little spare one here, which I'm just going to put back together again if I can. Lock that up. You can see I bought this from RetroTowers.com in the UK, and Dan from Retro Towers I'm sure will help you out if you need to get one of these. I think it was about £56, something like that. Okay, so if I plug this into the Game Gear, no doubt this will probably take about 4 or 5 different goes to get it to work, but let's try it and see. No, straight away, that's good. Okay, so this is what happens when you start up your Game Gear. You see the start, select, and the toolbox. So if I go to the toolbox, we can see device information. The OS version is 5, firmware version 3, FAT32, directory size, whatever else, blah blah blah. And I can go into select game, and I see a list for Game Gear or Master System, so I'll select Game Gear, and there we go. I've got Deep Duck Trouble, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Monaco GP, some of these games I've got here. The reason I've got Sonic the Hedgehog, I want to show you the difference actually. So if I show you Sonic the Hedgehog 1, and if I press the button, what happens is it erases the firmware, then it writes to it. Writes the image to the firmware, which takes a couple of seconds, depending on the size obviously. It starts up, so here we go. And there we go, the Sega. So pay particular attention to the size of the logo, the title screen here. So as you can see, it takes up the full screen. So this is the Game Gear version of Sonic the Hedgehog. And obviously I can hit the start button and then play away, move Sonic left and right, and play the game, no problem. And then I can obviously power the system off, power it back on again. Now if I go start game, it basically starts the game that's been written to the firmware, which the last time we did it was Sonic the Hedgehog from the Game Gear. But I'm going to say select game, I'm going to go into Master System this time. So now you can see I've got Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Chaos, which are these games here. And I'm going to say I want to play a Master System game, but on the Game Gear. Of course, anybody who knows the hardware is remarkably familiar between the two. The Game Gear is slightly better, but not very much. So if I write the Master System game, the ROM image to it, you'll see it's no longer full screen. So that's a good, that's an indicator basically that you're playing the Master System version of the game. Obviously it's designed for a Master System, not for a Sega Game Gear, but it looks a bit different. But there you go. And I'm about to probably get killed. There we go. So yeah, but that's the Everdrive GG. As you can see, it's very, very simple to plug in a cartridge and copy some ROMs onto it and play away. And easily just select your game. No problem. You just, whatever you need to play. I want to play Sonic 2. And it immediately goes, erases the firmware, adds the ROM image to the firmware, the flash, and away it goes. So you can see there's obviously a bigger game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, than it was over Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one. And you can take your Game Gear collection of all your games and Master System games on the go with a single cartridge. So there you go. If you like this video, please rate and subscribe, and thanks for watching.